Hey everyone, just wanted to come on, like I said, and talk about overcoming self-sabotage. It is something that we all do, whether we're aware of it or not. So I thought it was a great topic because it really goes hand in hand with our health and wellness journey, because it is one of the things that a lot of people self-sabotage their results. I know from personal experience, I've done it many times. So it was just something that I wanted to talk about a little bit tonight. For those that are new to the group, because there's been some new people joining in, and if you're not familiar with what I do, I am a holistic coach and a certified advanced life and performance coach as well. So I really help people with unblock whatever is happening in their mind, body, and soul. It just brings me so much joy to get people through those blocks and, reach their goals. I've done things myself to unblock myself and reach some of my goals, and I'm still very much working on mine as well. But one of the biggest blocks out there is self-sabotage. So if you, and I'm sure everyone has, if you're watching live or even on the replay, just drop a fire emoji if you've ever been self-sabotaged. So what is self-sabotage? We might think of it as procrastination or laziness, which it's not. It is an unconscious way of staying in our comfort zone. Our brain is designed to keep us safe, where it's familiar, where it's comfortable. It doesn't like the new and unfamiliar. So as we grow, that's where the self-sabotage comes in and puts us back to where we were, where our brain was comfortable. And it also comes from fear as well, a fear of success, a fear of failure, a fear of judgment or change. So yeah, two really common areas that we self-sabotage is our health, and if we're growing a business. I'm guilty of self-sabotaging both areas of my life. So some of the common things that we do when we're self-sabotaging: we procrastinate, we have negative self-talk, we work on perfectionism. We just keep doing things until they're perfect and we don't really move forward. We overcommit, so then we end up doing too much, or we just get overwhelmed and we do nothing. We avoid or we numb as well, things like Netflix, food, scrolling Facebook, doing all of these things except what we should be doing to reach our goals. That is also a form of self-sabotage. So even though these behaviors look surface level, they're actually rooted in deeper stories about our worth, our safety, what we believe we're capable of. So there's a few tips that I wanted to share tonight that I have helped clients work through, and again, I've worked through them on myself. So the first tip is step into awareness. You can't change what you can't see. So the first step is to start noticing your actions and how that self-sabotage is showing up for you. It's not about judgment. It's just about observing and really being aware. So you can ask yourself, when do I tend to self-sabotage? What triggers it? It could be success, stress, pressure, fear, visibility. And what is that voice in your head saying? So a good tool that I have suggested to some of my clients is a tracker. So for 7 days, you want to track those things that are creating that self-sabotage. What happened in that moment? What were you doing or avoiding? And what emotion or thought preceded it? So awareness will turn that autopilot of self-sabotage into a conscious choice. Our life is full of choices, so when we're aware of things, when we know better, we need to choose better. The second tip is to interrupt that pattern with some curiosity. So instead of reacting, get curious. So the next time you catch yourself, now that you're aware, and you catch yourself about to procrastinate, binge scroll, eat, quit early, or say yes when you mean no, take a pause and ask yourself, what am I trying to avoid right now? What am I afraid of will happen if I succeed or follow through? What is this behavior trying to do, trying to tell me? So this will retrain your brain to approach self-sabotage as a messenger, not a monster. So maybe you're launching some sort of new product or service and then you avoid it because deep down you fear, what if I actually get clients and I'm not good enough? These are the thoughts that our brain will do. By identifying that fear, you can gain power to work with it instead of against it. So the third tip that I want to give you is create a micro shift. And I say this all the time. Big wins come from small, consistent moves. So now that you know what that fear is, or you know what you're trying to avoid, you can intentionally choose a small action that will move you forward. So an example, if you're procrastinating about writing an email, start with one sentence. If you keep canceling your workouts, put on your workout clothes and commit to 5 minutes. If you feel stuck, send one message for support, asking for support. So just taking those little actions. And as you take those little actions, it will start building momentum. And you're showing your nervous system that it's safe to take those actions. Self-trust isn't built by doing everything perfectly. It's built by showing up again and again, even in those tiny ways. And the fourth tip I wanted to share is anchor a new identity. And what I mean by that is act as the version of you that doesn't need self-sabotage to stay safe. You can ask yourself, what would the most aligned, grounded, powerful version of me do right now? Would they scroll? Would they quit? Would they take a breath, stand up straight, and do the thing? So you can reinforce this with some daily practices, such as a morning affirmation. For example, I choose growth over comfort. You can use a visualization where you're visualizing your future self. You can celebrate those micro wins to create that emotional evidence of change. And then as a bonus tip, you want to support your nervous system. So self-sabotage can come from a dysregulated nervous system. It's not a lack of discipline. So do some box breathing when you start to panic or freeze up. Do some grounding walks, dance breaks, gentle movement to release that stuck energy. And a big thing is prioritizing sleep, hydration, and nourishment. Self-sabotage will feed on your depletion in your body. So those are the tips. And then just something I wanted to share is you're not broken. Self-sabotage is not a personality trait. It's a protection strategy that's outlived its purpose. You can choose something different. One decision, one action, and one belief at a time. Remember to focus on what you can control. Those are your actions and your thoughts. So I'm hoping this was helpful for you. I'm offering a few one-on-one calls this week if you're feeling stuck and you're kind of doing the self-sabotage and you don't know how to get through it and you don't know what the block is. Let's have a chat. So I've opened up some room this week to have some calls, and I've also have a group program coming. I have put out the wait list for it. I don't have all the details yet. I'm working on it right now because the goal is to start it at the end of April and run it for 6 weeks. So just some things that are coming up, but I would love to hop on a free call with you just to help you get that block. Let's get rid of that block. Let's get you moving towards those goals. Let's get you away from that self-sabotage. So again, I hope you found this helpful. I would love it if you shared it with friends, invite them into our group so that they can get these tips and such from myself. And let's keep moving forward. Have a great night.